Welcome to Wednesday's edition of the C++ Game Club. Yes, the club for you. Wow, day 38. And Bob's back. Bob is back in 3D. He's back in 2D as well, but I won't show you that program. You're really not interested, I know. You want 3D. It's looking good. It takes 9 milliseconds to create the whole thing. That's rather good. We're using OpenGL 3.3. That's correct. I'm quite happy with what we've got. So, let's see. What are we looking to do today? Good question. I'll keep that there. Keep that there. We'll just pop you out of the way somewhere. Yeah, we've got a sandbox. Let me just close everything down. So I was just searching through for things. And we've got a sandbox that's, well, on the edge of becoming a 3D thing. I'll call it a thing at the moment because we need to be able to control it better. And we don't want to be controlling it from within the program either. We need to be doing that using a map and probably external initialization files. We have those. We have those available. All we need to do is use them. So it's Avatar that is our problem. In Avatar, what we are doing is we are setting the whole thing up. This is the player. Setting the whole thing up in player is, well, just not what we want to be doing. So all of this has to move out of here and go to game. I think that's the best idea. The avatar doesn't need to know about its model. It just has to handle the input for the model and move us around the world and interact with the world. So this is our movement and interactor. Even movement's going to be taken out of Avatar, and we'll probably have a component for that called movement, maybe. Researching that at the moment. In fact, I think I've completed that now in the research. Yes, I think I have. So we have that available to us. That will take quite a lot out, but we've already done it, I think, to a large extent by using the camera. Right. Yes, and we've also got this in its view here. Well, that's for the camera as well. So our avatar is going to be the camera. We're going to need picking. We are going to need interaction. Fine. First things first, though. Where do we get the model? Here. It's this line. We're actually using the model, the warehouse to load the models, which is fine, but possibly not what we want to be doing. We should have a model. Do we need a model? Well, our answer is no. We don't need a model for ourselves because we don't see ourselves. Unless I put mirrors in. Maybe, maybe not. But anyway. We're interested in the camera, not the model. So I think we're going to be able to get rid of that model soon. But what we're going to have to do is all the code that is currently generating our lovely scene, yes, our special scene, is in here. That has to go. That has to go with the model. Yeah, none of this should be here. All of this needs to go to game. So firstly, we need to alter this warehouse, this model warehouse. I think that's where we start. Okay. And that's not in here. Alright, so all the code is in here. The model warehouse is out here. In Amber Core, I would suspect. There it is. So I'll take you two. And yeah, we can drop that. We don't really need it. We can drop that. We don't really need it. Okay. Lovely. Move you over, thank you. So let's have a look at Model Warehouse here. I haven't looked at this. I haven't looked at this code for a while, so let's just look through. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of green here. Alright, so we've got to get this correct. We'll have to do it bit by bit. That's a bit of a nuisance. Right, so that's where we're returning the model. Well, we shouldn't be. We should be just pushing it back, which we already are. So we have included the shelf. That's good. We know the load model's working, and we have a reading of text files. Our loader isn't working the way I want. That's that one there. That has to change as well, because we have green in there as well from last episode or so. I think we should start there, because I made an alteration to make the load model work. We need to alter that back to all situations. The textured model is still allowed to have colour, and that was the problem that I had with it. So it is our data to OpenGL method that is going to cause us the most problems, and that is in here. Okay. So if I look down here, that's reference, yeah. This is OBJ and MTL, yeah. There's nothing wrong with the header file, it's in here now. What I did this colour turned off for testing textures. We have to get this back on. And that will mean a major difference in here, the parser. Right, the parser cannot determine whether you have texture or not. So the bit that we turn on off, all we have to do to correct it is turn it back on. Not a problem. We can do that. But it says has texture equals false. We remove that. because we're not going to detect our textures here. And that's a full stop. There's no way. It's not going to happen. We'll just detect our lovely, lovely colours and deal with them. Which means I can get rid of that line as we're back using colour. So our box will work. This means we have to detect the texture somewhere else. And that comes in here. Alright, this is large. Okay, I know what I'm going to change. It's going to be a string, so let's do that first. I've also got both open because I'm going to have to enlarge this so I can see it all. So here we are going to need a const std string, and that's going to be and it's going to be texture file. Okay, yes, that will do nicely. I really should go through this and actually block it down into different style of text. So I'll copy that. Data to OpenGL, congratulations, you just got an upgrader. There we go. That's our first change. So everything's happy about that. What's wrong with data to OpenGL? Come on. Why aren't you happy? Thank you. Which means I can get rid of all of this lot. That's done. That's the only change I want at this stage. Alright. There we go. So we're looking at store object in the library. We now have access to the texture file. And the texture file is either going to be 0 or it's going to be a texture. So where do we do our colour? Here we are. And we've got an else statement for the colour, which is good. So we'll set it up properly. So M has texture. That we can now delete and replace it with if it's not an M file, is it? It's texture file is not equal to open 0 close. Alright. And if that's the case, then M underscore has texture equals true. There we go. So that's done. Else. I'm going to put it in anyway for the else. I don't need to, but M has texture equals false. Just as a double check, I think I've already set it to false. We can check for that, can't we? Because that'll be right at the top. Has texture equals true. False. That works better now. I prefer my booleans to start off as false, then I understand. I'm glad I checked that. Boolean should really start off as false. So really, when we get down to the colours here, that line isn't needed, so I'll take it back out again. Right, so I'm glad I checked, because it can only turn true now in here. And it's the only way it can turn true. So, object has texture. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. So we do that, and we need to load the texture. that gets replaced by texture file. That's what that does. That's the texture we're going to load. We will obviously tell it which texture to load, and that's roughly about it. It'll do the rest itself. So it wasn't hard really to modify that. Thing is, will it work? So we need now to do a full sandbox rebuild. There we go. So yeah, that's rebuilt that. That's right. Good. So it failed. Fantastic. So now we are going into game development. And it's a model warehouse. Beautiful. Fantastic. There we go. Loading model. Yeah, as I said, this has to change. So we need a string here. I can have a number of strings here at the moment, luckily. Let's just close you down. Sandbox, what we got in resources for textures? We have Bob Blue, Bob Gold, Bob Red. So it was on Bob Red, so we'll choose a different one. I'm just going to put a string in. Bob underscore gold. There's 3 of them because we're going to have 3 races, so these are just our, and I put them as PNGs because they're smaller files. Like that, but it's not that, is it? It's the full file. Now there's a further modification that we may want to think about. Yeah. I'm going to be keeping my textures in textures for now. Okay. So when we're storing the object, the texture file would be, let's have a look, resources. That's okay. We'll have resources. Textures. And then it would be /close plus. Do I want to take the PNG off the end? I normally do, don't I? So we'll have plus dot PNG. Okay, so we can take PNG files. You can have BMP files, by the way, if you want to. They're just larger files, that's all. I've gone for size over whatever. Size matters in the long run. Right, so there you go. Resource textures, PNG. Resources, plural, yes. Textures, plural, yes. PNG, beautiful. Okay, let's save that out. So back, just save everything out for a minute. Back in Avatar, where we were loading our model. I've completely forgotten where that error was now. Sorry, model warehouse, where we are doing this. Godfathers. We don't need the PNG on the end. So that's the only thing there. Okay, so model warehouse has now changed. We can do a rebuild, and hopefully that should get rid of the errors. Come on, you can do it. Well, we succeeded. Right. Let's take a quick look. See what we've got. Nothing. So it just vanished. That's interesting. That means the texture's not loading. Object has texture. Texture loaded. Resource textures. Bob Gold PNG. So it fired it off. He got that far. Does that return anything? An unsigned int? Yeah. I didn't give the texture ID out. Right, we've got a blank in the line here. This will tell me. No. I'll run to there. That's why we have a debug. So let's use it. There we go. We've hit it. Let's find the texture. Texture file. Bob Gold. Bob underscore gold. Okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for M current model loading. That's under this. That one. And I'm looking for that to change from a 0. So step over. Has texture, false. Ah. Huh. Right, I think we might have spotted something here. Texture ID 7, yeah. That's working fine then. We haven't altered the has texture. Huh. I thought we had. Else, blah, 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 blah. Where do we set has texture? I thought we set it here. We've set the texture ID. Current model loading dot has texture equals true. Yeah, true. Which means, do we really need this here? I think that's a variable we can get rid of. Because it's not really doing anything, is it? Okay. It's not going to let us do that, so I'll have to do a rerun. Never mind. Do a rerun and take that off. Don't need it on now. That was store OBJ that just changed. Hold on a minute. I just made a change where? Store OBJ. So it did actually be, wow. I wasn't expecting that. Game solo. There we go. And he's in gold, which is correct. That means we can get rid of that variable, which would be awesome. Oh, he looks quite evil in gold. So that's our gold boy. Nice one. So gold boy, it works. Right, so clean up. Clean up after yourself, always. We haven't got it in here. Just making sure I haven't got it down here. Yeah, there you go. That was what was stopping it. First time round, okay. I don't think has texture comes in anywhere else. We're using from current model there. We would have to use it prior to that spot to have any value. So let's just try that out. Store object data. And that is in Amber. There we go. It's the header file one. And all I want to do is remove that. As part of a cleanup. Save that. That should give us all of the errors. There is one upwards down it. So one upwards. Alright, that's that line that can go. Like that. This line didn't work. So that can go. It was the error. That line doesn't do anything. And right down here, it's used here. From the face element. It's irrelevant. We don't need it. We're removing it from the system. Now that makes new face element incorrect. We're using the top one. Has normals, has textures. We can get rid of. We don't care. It's this one here. Okay. Remove that. Remove that. Remove that. Okay. That's removed our textures totally. It's up to us, not this, to decide if we're going to use textures. That's better. Back over here, this now works. No more errors. Thank you. Run. And it works. And we're actually losing programming lines here, which is a bonus. I'm more happy with that. So we're actually now starting to filter off and whittle down our code a little bit. And every time we do this, we have to clean up. We must clean up. If we don't, we're just going to have a mess. Right, so all we've changed so far is the ability to have a box and a texture on screen at once, and that is going to be our final test. That will be the proofing that we can do it. So we've now altered this. Store obj data should now be correct. I believe it to be correct. It will do whatever we feed into it. We are currently feeding our information into it from Avatar and Model Warehouse. Okay. So this is no good to me. That's just me typing it in. And again, here, this is just me typing it in. So all of this has to go now. So I'm looking to get rid of you. I am looking to change you. That puts a red marker in. Good. And I'm also looking to get rid of you. So we need to automate this. And we need to automate this. Okay. How are we going to automate it? We are going to use, from our data, we haven't got it. Okay. It's in tech level 3, is it? Yeah, we're going to use this. This shelf.text. So this is shelf TL3. So we'll look at TL3 shelf. How are we going to do that? We've got a shine damper and reflectivity value here. We store that in the actual model. Okay, so I need to read this data in. That's the first thing. So Bob Gold. What we've seen so far, Bob Gold and Bob Red. Let's try Bob Blue to make sure it works. So that'll be a texture. And our next one is going to be cuboid. So this is the other object that we've been using. And I want to give that a 0. I'll give it the same as before, 2.0, 0.1. For shine damper and reflectivity. Actually, we could have more reflectivity on this one, couldn't we? 0.5. We'll make it more reflective. 248, 16. It's in base 2, if I remember rightly. So that's that. This is our text. Everything's saved. Right, so we've got that text now. So we've got Bob and cuboid. Lovely. Where shall we read that in? This information has to come to load models. Okay. I'll leave that open for a bit. This is model warehouse we're messing with. Core header file. So that information. Interesting. We'll see about that. So load models now needs 2 pieces of information. It needs a const std : a string, and that is going to be file. Yeah, file name. And the other one is a const std : string. going to be texture. And I'm going to call that file to make sure I know it's the actual file, because if I just call it texture, I won't know. Copy. Model warehouse. Paste. Okay, that's going to be groovy. So, file name goes in there. Yep. .obj with a confirm. Oh, that's nice. It's even got confirmation. Alright, we're going to read text file. Yeah, got you. Parse. Read. MTL. Yes, please. I'll have you here. File name. That's good news. So we've got those two. And now we just need the texture file here. There we go. Right, so that's done. That's done. So mLoading model equals new model, and then it just loads it. But it returns it. Okay. Who wants to keep hold of this? We already do. We don't need to return it. It's there. It's a pushback. Don't think I need that line. We're not going to be displaying it from there. Okay. I'll just make it void for now, because it's all going to be stored on MTL3 shelf. For now. Obviously, that's going to have to be expanded. TL, by the way, is tech level 3, which is fantasy, if you want to know. Tech level 6 or 7 is roughly about modern day. So, I'm doing this by tech levels because that reminds me that I want to expand them. Who's going to call load models? Well, yeah, initialize models should do it, I think. Alright. Right, okay. So, are we going to do this? Yeah. So, initialize models. Oh, it had TL3 head there. Why? Oh, of course, yeah. But we've actually put it in. So at the moment, I'm just going to load model, shift bob, underscore, has to be a different one, red, that we haven't done yet, comma, oh god, no, that's just the model, isn't it? So it's just bob. Yeah, that's just bob, comma. For testing purposes, we're going to use bob red. Alright, that should do. Why doesn't that want to load model? Oh, it's load models, okay. Pluralized it, there you go. Right, initialize models, model warehouse. There we go. Alright, so if that initializes, currently we have to send the model star back. Currently. So I've taken it off that one and we're moving it here to test. Model star, please. This is how we're doing it, bit by bit, baby steps. I want to make sure everything here works. So it's here, model star, okay. And then all we do is re-return, where do we put it? M underscore TL3 shelf. TL3 shelf, there we go. 0 will do. The first model that we pick up, we're going to return. To make sure that this is saving properly. And I didn't check what it's saving it as. Yeah, a model star, so that agrees. That should work. So where have we now to do that avatar? Init model, wasn't it? Maybe not. Right. Alright, so that's now initialize. And we're not sending anything in. We're just going to keep it as is, and that will give us a model back. So that should be exactly the same code as we had before, with exactly the same result. And we should get... Oh god. We should get whatever we asked for. A red one. Right, we're going red. Okay. Baby, baby, baby steps. Come on. Error. Okay. That's in application.cpp. We're not dealing with application.cpp, are we? We're going to have to take that out soon, like today. If we get time. Okay, nicely working. And there he is. It's working. Fantastic. So we know that that is working. That's the first thing. Now, go back to the model warehouse and we do the next step. Read in resources. TL3 shelf.txt and load the specified model. Okay, well we already have a way of doing that, don't we? Okay, so let's do that. Well, let's attempt to do that. So we need a string, we need a file, we also need a bool, confirm, equals false, and we are going to read a text file. We're not going to call it the file. We will call this the shelf file. That's a good name for it, because that's really what it is. If you in a warehouse, you have shelves, and this is going to represent one shelf, and we're going to put models on that shelf that we can use, pick and choose, use anytime we want. That's the idea of this. Keep that in your mind, and that's what we're trying to progress towards. So it's resources, and I am going to put TL3 in. I'm just going to load it up straight. TL3. I'm not even going to add it to like an input. We're not going to initialize this shelf specifically at this time. Although that is something that will be done in the future. I am no doubt about that, but I just haven't got that many shelves to load. And it's shelf.text, which we have modified. That'll do. And it's comma confirm, close, semicolon. That will work. That will read that text file into there. Lovely. All right. If confirm is equal to false, yes, you can put not confirm in there if you wish. I'm not going to. I can't see the not thingy. So if confirm equals false or not confirm, depending on how you want to write it, we're just going to throw out unable, do it properly, error in initialize models, unable to load shelf dot text. There we go, that'll do. Just as a check, now we need to get from shelf.text those two words. So we're going to need a split. How are we splitting here? No, we're not splitting, we're parsing there. I need to split the lines. Have I even got it? I must have file handling in there somewhere, so that's system include. Alright, I'm just going to check the system includes. Maths Extras and Toolbox. File handlers. It's here. Okay. It's in the same place. Where's our split? There. Gotcha. And that one there, please. Thank you. That'll do nicely. How do we split? Always a good question. Don't need you anymore. Comes back with the size of the split, and we need a text line. Okay. So we have a bunch of text lines here. All right. So, for uint index, no, count, equals 0. Whilst count is less than whatever we've got at the moment, shelf file. Shelf file dot size. And we're just going to increase the count. So for each line of text, count plus plus. So alright, it's a for loop. If shelf file count 0 is equal to a hash, then just continue. Okay. I'm not allowed to do that, am I not? Okay, is equal to. Okay, thank you. So if we start off with a hash, just put it up here a minute. As you can see, I've put hashes in for me putting me notes. So if it's a hash, ignore. We're not interested. If it's not a hash, we want to split it. So we're going to need a splitter. So we're going to need a split line. And our split line is this one here. Copy. There we go. And that's going to go in here. Whoa, sugar. Twitching again. Standard string, split line. We don't need the and. There we go. So we'll have a split store. So we're going to split here. Do I really want that? I can use that to check the splits properly. Hi, Seppi. What do I think of TBB? Oh, right. That's a good question because I have not got a clue. What's a TBB? The Brothers. Threading building block. Never used it. That's why I've never used it. So, anybody got any thoughts on threading building block from Intel? What are my thoughts on it? Good luck to them. It helps programmers because we don't have to do as much threading. We can allow the chip to do it for us. That's my thoughts on it. The more threading I can get from my chip, the less threading I'm going to do in my programming. Makes my programs a lot easier. It can make problems with OpenGL, but luckily, because it's intelligent threading, or hyper-threading, as they used to call it, that's what it was first developed as, it doesn't cause any problems, luckily. But it's not something I've researched because I don't believe in it. I would prefer bubble memory to threading. So there we go. That's a whole different story and kettle of fish. Intel and Microsoft stamped that out. Yeah, well, such things happen. Even that was a sad day in my life. I woke up one morning and it was gone. No longer made. So, we now need to read this load of rubbish. Good to see you, by the way, Seppi. Good to see you. How shall we do it? Well, we'll just call it. So, Amber Split. Yeah. Split. Open brackets. I want a line of a text line, which is shelf file count. What else do we need? I'm hoping that'll work. Hold on a minute. You want the address of that? Okay. You can have the address of 0. How's that? Should work. Oh well, we'll carry on. Standard vector string. Actually, that thread building block. I've seen something on that recently. It's in my memory for some reason. See if it surfaces. It might do. Split store, please. So all we need to do there is put split store in. Like that. And then we just need a search character, which of course is that space. Are we still having problems with our shelf file? Yes, we are. Alright. Fair enough. It wants to know where 0 is. Yeah. It's already taken it in as, yep, that's okay. Right, got it. That'll work, he says. Now, what we need to do is then place load models in here. So give that space. So this should now be in our split store. That should be split store 0 and split store 1. Both strings, aren't they? Standard string, yeah. Split store 0 should be the model name. Split store 1 should be the texture. Okay. I think we're good on that. And that will do the whole shelf file. It should return 0, giving us something. Bob Blue. Let's see if it does, because we haven't used Bob Blue so far. Okay, so that will still return shelf 0, mshelf 0, but it's not there anymore. Yes, it is. Good. That should work. Yeah, Intel have been up to quite a lot recently. I mean, Intel and AMD at the moment are just kids fighting in the street, I suppose. It's quite interesting. But he's just watching them fight it all out, I suppose. Well, hey! We broke it! Container debug level is greater than 0. STL vet. Container. Oh dear God, containers. From here. Alright. Okay. Oh. Right. Yes. I think I did that wrong. No, don't put that there. I just wanted to do the split store. That's just doing the split. So let it do the split by itself, and then we'll load that model. Okay. Alright, let's do it that way around, shall we? That might help. Oh, good. We got that, which is good. That's what I like. See what we've got here. Yeah, it hasn't picked up that we have... Oh. Well, it's done the right thing. Interesting, though. Alrighty. So split store 1 gave us something which wasn't there. Bob space Bob Blue. Zero and 1. Okay. No, don't do that. Just do that. It's easier. Okay, game solar. We come to here. Split store. Oh, it's cuboid. What happened to Bob? Cuboid. Da la 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 la. Oh, well, it should still have given it out. It should still have worked. Okay, I'm confused. Size 6. Wonder why that's happened. Shelf file 5. Well, yeah, that's the first one that doesn't have a hash, so it should be thrown back into MTL shelf. Yeah. No. This doesn't make sense. Firstly, it should still put something on the screen. No matter what. So we should have got cuboids. It's a 0. Sure, I asked for a 0 to be a default character. look the colour up. Something wrong here. Oh yeah, continue. That should still be a screen full of cubes. Yeah, okay, we've redone it again, haven't we? That's interesting. I know why, but it still should bring up a cube. Cuboid. We didn't get any errors off it, did we? I wasn't looking for errors. Silly me. Let's have a quick check. Stored, yeah. We got a VAO. We got all the dooberries. Current index count 0. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Huh. Okay. So that's an error. Which takes us back to here. La 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 la. What happened in here? Okay, we went for the cuboid. Hold on a minute. Could still be a problem in the model warehouse I'm not aware of. Resources, TL3 plus file name, MTL and OBJ. Does that include cuboid? Right, I need to put a break line there. Let's see what it's doing, first of all. File name. Cuboid. Texture file. 0. Wow, yes. This is correct. So that is correct. It's alright, it is correct. It's just the way I've done it up top. I have to modify it. So we've passed over cuboid and 0. Cuboid gets loaded there. And then file name of 0 goes to data OpenGL. Right. Next spot is textures, index, data to OpenGL. Right, so data to OpenGL is running with the texture file, 0. It's running down here. And it's coming, I hope, to here. Why did that move? Yeah, that line there. Next, continue. Okay, we get here. Index is 36. That's correct. Current index count equals 0. There what? Okay. It prints it out here. Which is interesting, because it's actually worked out there. So we're printing it out in the wrong place. Those two lines. I can remember moving them, actually. I moved these two last time, didn't I? Oh, and somebody knocking at the door. Right, screen's clear. Okay, hit you, and you should come to here. File name cuboid 0, correct. Come to here, index 36. Index 36, you're correct. You can go. And it still doesn't show anything, so the error isn't there. Oh dear. I've got a headache. So it is getting here. Right. So yeah, here we go. Data to GFX. Damn it. Okay. I'm happy that we're sending in the right data and it's gaining the right data. Right, let's check all this lot. So I've got 36, 108, 144. UV array 0, correct. Mobilize. Oh, okay. Color size 576. 432. 576. 144. That sounds about right. Ah, it's because of the way we're using it. I'm a muppet. I'm using it as a textured file, aren't I? And it's not. There we go. If I change that to colour, and we just get out of our current thingy, that'll do. We should see boxes. There we go. Yeah, so I programmed it slightly wrong. So yes, it's working. It is absolutely working. But now we want to see boxes and Bob at the same time. So everything here is now checking out properly. That's good news. Shuts down properly, good. Right, I'm going to have to check through that anyway. Now, next part of this is to get everything to be delivered on screen. So we're going to have to come back to Avatar now and decide on how to do this part here, because obviously I just had to change it, so that's no good. Right. We've got a renderer. Who's calling this? Update. Does main have the renderer, or do we have the renderer? There's a question. Avatar CPP. Biggest question I've asked today. Who owns it? Glad that bit's working. Just close down some of these so I can find things again. I want not resources, I want the sauces. Let's see. States, game state. No. Let's look at Avatar first. We own it. That's no good. That's got to move. We can't be doing with that. In fact, we can't even be doing with that. All of this stuff, does it really belong here? Well, for now it does, obviously. But so we're going to have to code it here. Right, okay. So what information do we need? We want to pass this over to our warehouse. So that's going to be step 1. We are going to need a process models in our warehouse. That's our next step. We have to move this. We've got to prepare models. Batch renderer and renderer. We're going to need more than that, aren't we? We're going to need the entities you've already got. No, you don't. You've got the models, you haven't got the entities. The model we've already got. That's irrelevant. But you don't have the entities. Okay. So if I give it here, what have I noted for prepare? Yeah. So let's take you out of hibernation. We haven't even done create entities yet. Probably won't do either, because it comes under initialize. This we do need. But we need to ask for the entities as well. Why do we need the entities? Got you. Yeah. What are our entities? Here they are. And that's going to go into here. Comma, return, take the M off. That. That's a copy. And okay, I am happy with that. So that has to reflect in here. So comma. There we go. And we have to call prepare models instead of whatever we're doing at the moment. Okay, I think we can do that. Okay, so it's model warehouse prepare models instead of you. You are working code. We keep you and we replace you with and let's prepare models. We need the renderer, which is m_render. And we need, oh yes, yeah, good, he's gone. The entities, which is just m_entities. Like that. Okay. So this is the replacement for this. So this code now goes to the warehouse. But the warehouse can't exactly do it this way. So let's pop our code here. And we'll just get a gap going. What have we got here? So we are going to have to process every single entity. How many have we got? At the moment it seems 1. So if what we're going to have to do here, oh, we've got it in entities anyway. We'll soon find out, won't we? Entities. I'll choose 0 for now. Dot oh, right. Don't know. Position, rotation, and scale. Okay, but it's model ID that I need. Okay. Current model. Star. Alright, we are going to go through each model in TL3 shelf. Right, so let's start a for loop up. For int count equals 0. And count is less than, we're only bothered about TL3 at the moment. Set level 3 shelf dot size. Yeah, okay. And count plus plus. Right, so I'll go through each with one of these. No, we shouldn't, should we? It's each of the entities. It's not each of the shelf. The shelf's got nothing to do with it. It's the entities that control this. There can be thousands of them. One model and thousands of entities. So it's the entities that I am pushing to be processed. Yeah. It's an int. that's a complicated line. I'll split it down. Int. I'll just call it model ID. Equals that. Okay, so we've got the model ID. What's the if statement? If model ID inside of T shell, TL3 shell. Yeah, okay. Underscore that. Yeah, okay. TL3 shelf. It's a model ID. You can see why I didn't want to stick that bit to there inside here. You can do. Dot has texture. Then render dot process texture models. Open brackets, you want the entity. That's going to be entities count. Entities count, as it was before, comma, whichever model we have. A bit complicated, this isn't. And that should be a semicolon. Yeah. That's a bit OTT. And I've got a green squiggly going here. No, it's not bothered. Good. Right, drinks. We're doing complicated stuff now. And I don't like complicated stuff because this stuff can fail very easily. Coffee's cold. Yeah, so we're deep now into batch rendering. Lovely. So that code there translates into this code here. Lovely. We go through each of the entities. Alright, so we've got to be sure that we only call this once. It's going to do a whole lot more this. I mean, this needs a map to do this with. This needs to be controlled by a map, not just a straight for loop. So it's not as simple as it looks even here. What a shame. Ah, well. Alright. Yeah, you can see I was using it there. Entity. Yeah, it's looking a little bit similar to that. I was giving position 0 over. Right, okay, we'll fix that. So yeah, that looks similar to what I was doing there, so we'll bin that. Okay. That's better. Alright, I went to the dentist yesterday. and my mouth's not working properly. So I've just poured drink all over me. Oh, clever me. Having all the fun today. Will that work? It's got to come outside the for loop, though. That can do as many rotations as it wants. As this is going to prepare all entities. So I'm going to pop it there. So it comes outside of the for loop, which is good, because that means I can now discard that for loop at any time. Which might be very, very soon. You see, that gets deleted. That's just test. Well, this could go wrong. Expectations, cubes. Whoa! And we're back to here again. Mouse button press right, what are you on about? You're not actually processing that, are you? How come the code I've just written affects mouse button right? So this is lying to me somewhere. It's on the changeover. Okay. Ah, it's on this line. Okay. Just get rid of that a minute. Is it actually just checking what it's saying here? Okay. Let's go to this line. And that line's here. Alright. Do we have entities? Do we have a render? And we are in Avatar. Avatar. Okay, we do. Entities is pointers. Alright. Actually. Size equals 1000. Oh yeah, we did 1000 entities, didn't we? Oh dear. We've done 1000 of something. What have we done 1000 of? Model ID -1s. Why is there model ID -1? It's the same for all of them. So who the heck's given a model ID of -1? That's an out of bounds, which is what it's coming up about, by the way. Yeah, I think we've got a problem with model IDs. Okay, we can stop that for a second and have a look at that. How did you get your model ID? That's a return value from initialized models. Should have been a model ID. And it wasn't. It was a -1. Okay. Initialize models. Stop it. It should just return 0. Oh no, it returns the whole model. Huh? It gets pushed back. Have I done something stupid here? Oh dear. Right back at the top, it should be a 0. Yeah, that's correct. So the UID is being stored correctly. Are we going to just check that, I think? Okay, so you get a model back. Alright, just close that a minute. Let's have a closer look at this model that's coming back to us. Okay, model. UID 0, correct. We don't do anything with that model. Ah. We're not setting it, are we? Oops. It's when we create the entity. Yeah. So when we create our entities here, where do we create them? Init view. Here we go. There you go. -1. -1. How the hell has that gone to -1? Who set it to -1? It was a 0 up here. UID equals -1. Oh. That's impossible. It's never been a -1. We can't have a -1. That's an error. Hmm. Do I have to do an error check for the UUID? No. How the hell is it going to from 0 to -1? I would have thought that's impossible. So something weird is happening now. If anybody can spot a -1 hanging around. Ah. I haven't used -1 anywhere. Have I? Okay. Oh. Yes. Init view before we actually have the model. Oh, wow. I hadn't spotted that one, had I? Oh, God. Let's try changing that around. Okay, continue. Alright, what's going on here? It's still at... Ah, that's 0. Good. Step over. 0 equals 0. That's correct. Continue. Oh God, we're in a circle. Just realised we're in a for loop. Continue. That's better. We're not crashing now. I'm not bothered whether it actually shows things or not. Heart attack over with. We have just found a big error. So init view was in the wrong position here. We were trying to initialize our entities here before we even had the model. That was clever of me. Right, so the order of things is important. That's what we've discovered from today's little episode. I think that's a good discovery. Actually, it's very true. I can place it right at the end, but I don't want to go into there. So init view goes with projection matrix and the camera stuff. That seems to be one kind of thing. Initializer models is now working. So now we need to know why it's not drawing it. Alright. I'm glad I looked back towards that lot. Alright, so it's now going to be the model warehouse's time to be inspected. So when it comes to there, that's okay. Prepare models. Oh. Has texture. Well, this doesn't have texture, so it's not being put on the screen. Why is it not being put on the screen? Because we're not asking for it to be put on the screen. Render dot process color models. And its entities, it's just the same, isn't it? Entities count. Comma. M underscore tech level 3. Oops, TL3 shelf. And its model ID. There we go. Come down. Semicolon, and everybody's happy. Go. Right, we should now have models. We have transferred our display into the warehouse, which is where I wanted it in the first place, as can be seen by all the rest of the gobbledygook I've got in there. So that's done good, but we have room for better. We can now introduce a bit of randomness, I think. Shall we introduce a bit of randomness? Let's say there's 50% chance it's going to be a cube and 50% chance it's going to be a bob. I know I'm setting myself hard questions and harder things to do, but I want to do the hard bits to make the hard bits later on easier. I want to see if we can actually push this a little bit. Now we are receiving model back, which is fine. We are only creating one model. We don't have the storage for 2 models. Actually, we better sort that out first. So we know that's working. We know that's working. That isn't. Let's have a look at split store a little bit more carefully. Alright, so that does go in there. Amber, split. Split the line. I'm not happy with this. I am certainly not happy with this. I'll go with that. And I will replace that back into where it should be. Cut. It should be in here then. Oh. Thank you. What happened there? Ah. Huh? What are you doing? I just asked it to put it back there. Thank you. Oh, please don't. Stop messing me about. That's not fair. I've now forgotten what I was doing. God damn it. Oh right, yes, we're trying to load a load of models, weren't we? God. What does it need? It doesn't seem to be picking this up. Alright, I don't understand what's going on. There's something weird going on here. Alright. Close solution. Open solution. Thank you. That's what was wrong. It couldn't tell me that it was wrong. Okay. Okay. It's not liking our shelf file. I know it just wants the address. Can I dereference it? Yes, I can. I'll send the address. Good. Now, what was I trying to do here? Load. L-O-A-D models. M-O. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. So, the first thing it needs is a string or file name. The string or file name should be contained within the result from the split. The problem is the result from the split, has that come back to us or not? Yes, it has. And if this wasn't in the way, it'd be fantastic. I'd be able to see it. It's split store. So if that's the result, it wants split to store. No. Split. Store. Okay. And we'll have 0. Comma. And now it wants the texture, which will be spaced out as the next one along. Oh, it's coming up properly now, down below. Right, okay, thank you. Which is 1. Still have a problem with the model. Am I using split store 3 and 4? I can't be, because I'm not doing it down here. Okay, I'll ignore that for a second. We have 2 other items of data in that we can be adding to the model, I think. We've got reflectivity and U-shine damper. And we're just ignoring them, aren't we? Yes, we are just ignoring them. Shine damper and reflectivity. So I want shine damper first. That equals something. Underscore loading model. And this is U reflectivity. That also equals something. So I will put that as shine damper. And I shall put that as reflectivity. Okay. And then we go. That's all the data there. What we're going to need then in the model warehouse here is that data. So they are floats. I didn't put an F on it. Doesn't matter. So float. I want shine damper. And float. I would like reflectivity. I've been ignoring them way too long, and I will forget about them eventually if I don't do it. That's okay there. Load models. And done it again. Comma. Float. Actually, it can be a const, can't it? Yeah, probably. Shine damper. And float reflectivity. There we go. It doesn't like F for float. Okay. That's alright. That's alright. Causes an error back up here. Comma. Split. Store 2. Comma. What's wrong with that? Split. Store 3. And they're wrong. They're not floats. So that is standard ASCII to float. STD, yeah, we'll try that. STD A to F. Open brackets. Whatever's in there. Close brackets. Const char string. Dot C underscore string. Thank you. Standard a ASCII to float. Get rid of that. Don't need that space. And that's dot C underscore string. And close. Yep, that's how you do it. Okay. I'm just wondering whether to put a check in here. I really am wondering. You see, between these two, I can also check to make sure there's enough data. Hey, Linksy Cat! Convenient way to do IPC between an electron and a mono application, would you? Nope. I understand electron to mono. I think I even have electrons somewhere hanging around. But a convenient way? I could find a convenient way. If you want me to research it, I can do that for you. Don't mind. Which way round do you want it? You want it both ways? You want the electron to be able to talk to the mono and the mono to talk to the electron? Yeah. Are they going to be independent programs doing completely separate things, or are they just layers of a program referencing each other? In other words, do they belong to a single program, or do they belong to two different programs? If it's layered, it's different. If it belongs to two separate programs, same program, so layered. Okay. That's an interesting one, thank you. I like these interesting ones. So there you go, chat. People watching. We have a question here. IPC between an electron and mono application within the same program, and they have to be able to talk to each other both ways. There we go. Actually sounds okay. That's a good question. Sticky notes, where are you? Yeah, where are you? Where's my blades notes? Here it is. Electron mono layered in same program. Okay, thank you for that. I shall look at that tonight. Gives me something to do in the evenings, because I don't do any programming in the evenings these days. I can't. So I do research instead. I can only type so much. As you might notice, my typing is rather lousy. It's just disability, don't worry about it. So, I've split those up. We can now do that. I'm a bit happier with that. Will that break? It can still break. Badly. I'm going to try it. If it works, we won't see a box anymore. And it breaks. It doesn't really tell me much there. What's it tell me here? Oh, it's this container. Right, it's getting a container the wrong way up. So, where are we? Initialize model 62, yeah. Yeah, it's that container. That's size 5, yeah, okay. Size 5, yeah, that's possibly got a float in it. Size 5, size 5. What are the contents? Hash. Ah! How's the hash getting through? Shouldn't be doing the hash. Alrighty. That's in the wrong place then. We shouldn't be doing the hash. Alright, so we're going to ask it here instead, I think. If split store 0 is equal to this is exactly how I did it in here, isn't it? Oh. Okay, I'll use that version of it. It's a bit weirder. Is equal to that. Then continue. We've still got a red marker up. Char. Yeah, that's right. Are you trying to tell me you want it to be a Dewberry? Const char 2. It's a standard string. Yeah. Why won't it do it? Amber store obj data split store. Standard string. Oh, wow, the red mark's gone. I know there's two ways of doing it. One's with the quotes and one's without the quotes. I prefer the one without the quotes. I prefer the character. I'm not bothered about what it's equal to there. So you should be able to get down to 0, 0 and then use that. So I don't know why it should complain about that and it doesn't. Alright. I want the character. I'm not bothered about the string. Strings can be manipulated, characters normally can't because it's a number rather than yeah, it's a numerical value that I'm checking against. That's better instead of a string, which contains a bunch, 2 numerical values. I just want 1 numerical value. Alright, so that should stop it from doing stupid things. Don't need that line. Alright, that makes it look a bit better. See if that stops it crashing through here without information. Because it's line 2 here that's doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's line 2, my test line. And I'm keeping it in, I'm not taking it out. It has to be able to manage that. There's conversion issues going on. It's saying here 444. That's right. What is it going on about? How can it be an error? Five. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, yeah. Why are we getting an error? What's wrong? It doesn't give me the results on those. Okay. Size 1. That's correct. Split store's got the right values then. Zero, VID 1, yep. Texture, yep. That's right. Even the index count is right. And unique identifier is 1. That is correct. It's not doing the second one properly. I'm finding it interesting now because this is coming out as the wrong value. It should come out with a hash. The last thing we have is a hash. So the last thing that comes out of here should be a split store of hash. Split store is a local. And it's not. It should be a hash there. Still got cuboid in it. Can't handle the last one. That's interesting. Oh, that's even more interesting. What's going on in here? That's right. We're going in there with this data. Position array. I did do a cleanup on this, didn't I? Oh. Clean storage. It can't be overlapping. Index size, what? It's got to where? It's here, and you have... What? I'm not surprised things are going wrong. M vertex data face element count. I equals 0. So on the first time through here again, it's clobbered. Oh no. Position size 0, yeah. Something desperately going wrong on the second time around. Right, okay. Okay, we need to cheat. We need to cheat to prove it, but something's going wrong here. And I'm going to have to test that separately, aren't I? So, we need to test that it is this that's wrong. Isolate it. And to isolate it, what I do is, when we load these models here, I'm just going to break. I'm going to break at that point and just have a look at the first one it loads up. Double to flow, yeah, okay. That's the first one it loads up, which is correct. That's one you've never seen. Isn't it awful? I did a very bad colouring job on it. So that's correct. It's loading up the first model fine. I can't see why it has a problem with the second one. That doesn't make sense. Because I've protected it now with a guard. Okay, split. Yeah. Remember that gets deleted during the split. So there's no spaces in here. So what we get is that. We don't get the space in between them. That gets deleted. It's done on purpose. So I'm not interested in the space between. Right. Just as a test. Remove that. I'll put it back in. Get rid of the break. Nope. No. That's not the cause then. I thought it might have just been the hash sign there. That's been put there in place. So it's nothing to do with that. It's everything to do with that. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That's better than doing a break. Okay, just don't need that line. And just pop a space there. So that's better than doing a break. I can now choose which one to load. So if I choose that one, I gain all kinds of errors. There you go, nothing wrong with that. So that's your cuboid. And that's your bloke. Both will load successfully, but not together. Why? Why is that the case? Why is it going back into... Oh no. I know what I've done. I'll have to look at that offline, because there's no way online I'm going to be able to do that. Oh damn, and we're already into chat time. So chat time. Lynx Cat's already asked me a question. So we're into questions and answers time. Let's think. What do I have on Electron? I think that's on my Linux Electron. Mono is Linux usually as well. Yeah. This sounds like something that you might find on Linux. Well, let's see what I've got. I'm on the wrong operating system. Damn. Okay. Alright, let's just pop in this. Alright. Okay, Lynxy Cat, I think you're on threading as well again. Got a horrible feeling you're running 2 threads on this. I don't think I've got Mono and Electron available to me on the Windows. Or have I? No help. Here we go. No. I'll have one here though, won't I? Let's have a quick look. See what I've got here. I know I've got Mono and Electron on the other side, on my Linux side. I'm not even sure if it's on this machine. .NET, that's similar. No. And the Linux integration on here is rubbish. I've already checked it out. It says, oh yeah, you can program on Linux and you can run Linux from the command prompt. No, you can't. Because they got it wrong. but it still allows me to check. If it'll let me. Oh god, it's come up there, has it? That's Ubuntu. See what I mean? Apt MONO. Apt list star mono star. Ah, that's better. Monodoc. What do we got? We've got a window that is way too small. 14. Let's go to 18. That's better. We can see it now. I've got it on. I can't scroll up and down on this. You are joking me. And it's full of monodoc. Hyphen. Right, let's see what we've got. Debugging, development. Add-ins. What editor are you using? Electronic mono cross-platform, yeah, they are. They are used with... God, I can't remember the editor. Atom editor. What editor are you using now? To put this lot together. What's your IDE? Sublime. Wow. I thought I'd looked at all editors. Oh dear. Oh. You never stop learning in this game, I suppose. Oh. Oh, it's just a text editor one. Platform? Do you want me to do this on Windows or Linux? I mean, on Windows it'll probably be easier. Knowing my luck. I mean, I've got most of this stuff already installed on Linux. This is just my test Linux thingy that I've got up on screen at the moment. This is just for me looking for things before I switch my computer off and boot up onto the Linux side. I do have other stuff. I'm allowed to use it, why not? Oh no, it's freezing as well. Oh, why does that happen? Yeah, that's locking out. I know what it's doing. Why? Damn it, it's doing the stream. It's just going to lock up if I try and use it. Never mind. Yeah, Sublime Text, yeah. I know, I've heard of it. Don't you worry. I think I've got it, but I'm not sure which machine I've got it on. It's the kind of thing I think I would use on a laptop. I love all of these editors. No, this is going so slow, it's stupid. Yeah, I have a full monitoring system on a separate machine here. Obviously. I don't want to keep it on the same machine. Okay. So can't find much in there. Here we go. It's on a different keyboard. Right, okay. That's fine. Where's my notes gone? Okay. I'll do that. I'll look into that for you later then. Yeah. Oh god, what was it about Sublime? Never mind. So, any other questions? Anybody want to give me any more work to do? I've got to learn as well as, help other people learn. By asking me questions, it makes me expand my knowledge in areas which I would never have thought of. So I'm more than happy to look at these kind of things. I've found a good thing already, so I'll keep you. So I'll keep you up there. We will take you out of the way there. And our program is doing what at the moment? Okay. Any more questions? Ooh, that's awful. But it's the right one. Right, so I know I can load one model. We're at the one model stage. We now have to get to the second model, and that's going to be Friday. So I think without any other questions, I'll wrap it up here. We are at now 2:30, so we're 30 minutes over. Don't forget, everything that I do is recorded on YouTube, so if you want to pop over to Amberskies on YouTube, please feel free. I don't mind. Everything's free. There's no price. So in the meantime, thank you, Lynxcat, for another good question. I'll look at that. And I'd just like you all to keep trying, keep searching, well, I wouldn't say bashing your head against brick walls, but keep experimenting. And above all, have fun.